And what are you doing for the next few years? I know you advise, you invest, you're talking to people all around the world. Like, how do you make the biggest impact, and what do you spend your time doing? Because you're clearly not slowing down at all, Chris.
I'm doing what you're doing, Brian. I'm having fun.
You're communicating too.
I'm having fun. Honestly, you know, when the crypto light goes off, you can't turn it off, right? And serving in government was a tremendous honor, and it was a lot of fun, and I was able to, I think, have an impact in certain areas. I loved every minute of it. But I love being back out in the private sector now. You know, I don't have handlers all around me. I'm carrying my own bags and finding my own car, and I don't have those black limousines moving around Washington. But that's great. You know, I'm talking to some young, exciting entrepreneurs. I'm learning something new every day. As you say, I'm doing some angel investing in some exciting new companies. I'm advocating for issues. I'm doing a lot of writing. I've just finished my book. I've got a proposal for a second book that I'm working on, which on the subject really of economic liberty and the future of money. I'm senior counsel to a great law firm called Wilkie Farr and Gallagher, and we created Wilkie's Digital Works within the firm, and we're really out on the cutting edge in areas of NFTs and blockchain development and new issuance of coins. We're doing some really fun work. We are building, I think, the quintessential Wall Street practice for cutting edge new technology. So I'm loving that. I'm loving help the firm build it. I'm doing some foundation work. I've launched the Digital Dollar Foundation, which has sponsored the Digital Dollar Project. We will be announcing very shortly a series of major pilot projects with some major Main Street, High Street brands that everybody knows, retailers, high street banks, NGOs that are involved in charitable work with unbanked populations, payment providers, to start testing out some of the uses of central bank digital currency. You know, it's like every week there's a new conference now on central bank digital currency, and you go and all you hear is academic discussions of, well, it will increase financial inclusion, it won't increase financial inclusion, but there's very little data, there's very little testing going on. So what we want to do with the Digital Dollar Project is to actually engage with the private sector, do some real pilot projects, and then publish the data for the whole world to see, to analyze the data, look at the data for regulators to see, for central banks to see, so that when we get ready to make decisions about deploying a digital dollar, a digital pound, a digital euro, there's some real data there, and not just developed by regulators, but actually developed by the private sector.
Right, right. And how do you tell your peers and friends, and you meet, you know, old friends in banking in the City of London, to start this journey when they're like, hey, I see you're doing this crypto thing, like, how do I learn about it? What do you usually have people do to get started? I mean, you built this lab, like the Skunk Works kind of when you were at CFTC, of this like lab of innovation. But how do you tell the regular person? Because again, I've done this with my daughter, with my mom, and where do you start?
Here it comes, selfless plug. Read my book, Crypto Dad, The Fight for the Future of Money. It's a good place to start. It's a generalist and it tells a story, and people like stories. But that's just a starter. I mean, there's so much online. I mean, there is more online about this than anybody. In fact, your own show, Brian, watch 5 or 6 episodes of your program, get a real good primer, and then once you start digging in, it just goes from there. And the other thing is, I'd say get a wallet and buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum. And again, I'm not plugging one crypto or another, but it's a great way to get started. It's a great way to teach yourself what's going on. And the last thing I'd say is talk to anybody under 25, or at least under 30, because they get it.